foreign players would be brought in. That would mean even more talented German players would remain on the sidelines.
But the worry on the sidelines tonight will be for Frank Rijkaard. He knows he needs to win, but remains philosophical.
I hope that it will be a nice game sportively and that the best team win.
Ready to describe the action is your match commentator, John Champion.
To call this a friendly is something of a misnomer. Old enmities die hard, and whenever these two countries meet, there's always plenty of feeling in the game. Tonight's meeting, the 34th between the sides, will go down in history as the occasion on which Lothar Matthäus became the most capped international player that the game has seen. He's appearing for the 144th time, beating the record of the Swedish goalkeeper Thomas Rebelli. His first cap 20 years ago was also against the Dutch. Now, Holland's team selection has been limited by injuries to Overmars, Van Hooijdonk and Frank de Boer. Philip Cocu is given a chance in central defence, one of 6 Barcelona players named by Frank Rijkaard. The only home-based man is Ruud van Nistelrooy of PSV, 28 goals for him this season. Germany's team is also based around one club side. 6 of these players are from Bayern Munich, including Matthäus. At the other end of the experience and age scale, Zoltán Šebesťan makes his debut as the right wing-back, part of the usual German tactical model. A sweeper, 2 marking defenders and 5 in midfield. The Amsterdam Arena providing an ultra-modern venue for an age-old fixture. And Šebesťan getting his first taste of international football this evening. Holland, you will notice, wearing their black shorts, which is something they've not done since the mid-70s and the glorious era of Cruyff and Neeskens and co. And this is the outfit they'll be wearing in the finals of Euro 2000, which are now only 15 weeks away. Neeskens nearest the camera, alongside the modern-day coach Frank Rijkaard. And Matthäus sent spinning, but the Italian referee is content for play to continue. Not now, though. The foul by Jeremies on Zenden. Fairly crude attempt to stop the Dutch winger, who's actually been playing as a left-back for Barcelona so far this season. Van Nistelrooy, and here's Kluivert. A buzz of expectation around the arena as the ball dropped towards his boot, and a sense of anticlimax after it had left it. Beaten in the air, swept back by Reisiger. One of the advantages of Cocu playing at the back for Holland is that he and Stam can play the ball out very comfortably. Seedorf, Kluivert, Ronald de Boer. Kluivert for a second time. And Van Nistelrooy bringing a good save out of Oliver Kahn. Very neat build-up work. And Van Nistelrooy, twice involved, getting his shot firmly on target, but too close to Kahn. Linker. Scholl wide on this near side. This is Jeremies. By Seedorf. In by Babel. In inaccurately. And Holland will not be too displeased with their opening moments in this game. Stam. Cocu. Now Davids. Forward for Zenden. And he's got Kluivert and Van Nistelrooy. There's Kluivert! And it's 1-0 to Holland. Picked out very accurately by Boudewijn Zenden after Davids had completely opened up the German defence. Zenden with 2 options, chose the nearer man, and Kluivert able to convert easily at the near post. So much for the much vaunted back three of Bayern Munich. Babel. And the foot was high. And Winston Bohada caught the boot somewhere around the eye. Jeremies was the player who attempted to make the challenge. And Bohada, who's only just come back from a broken leg that he sustained at the World Cup, seems to be in the wars again. Kluivert. Zenden was just off balance. Still there's concern over whether Bohada is going to be able to continue. And firmly by Davids. Now Seedorf. Ronald de Boer. Kluivert. It's good shape to this Dutch team. Such a good ball forward though, and here's Ziege for Germany. Mehmet Scholl. Dietmar Hamann. Still more treatment for Bohada. And Holland temporarily remain with only 10 men on the pitch. And they'll now have to defend a corner. Conceded by Koku. Accidental collision between the referee and the Dutch captain, but David seems to have come off the worse. Scholl. Header away, got good distance. Still, Holland rather concerned at the state of fitness of Bohada. And there's Bierhoff, who was beaten to it by Stam. Picked up by Linker. Hamann. Towards Marcus Babel, who's got forward well. And the clearance by Koku. It's good distance. Excellent control by Van Nistelrooy, who's got Kluivert attacking the edge of the penalty area. Van Nistelrooy theatrically suggesting he should have had a penalty. And the referee completely disinterested. Germany looking to counter. And here's Neuville. And Ziege! Driven very powerfully past the flailing right hand of Van der Sar. A counter-attacking goal of some quality. Ziege starting the move deep inside his own half and receiving the layoff from Neuville. His 8th international goal. Kluivert. And Nistelrooy is poised. And Kahn forced to come quickly off his line, because Van Nistelrooy has pace to spare. His international goal-scoring record doesn't match that yet at club level. Only one prior to this evening in 9 previous appearances. Could have perhaps done a little more to withdraw from that challenge, Van Nistelrooy. Davids. Kluivert. Van Nistelrooy. Looking for width, which is provided by Ronald de Boer. 3 inside the penalty area, and here's Zenden! The cleanest strike you're ever likely to see. On the volley, on the run, and it fairly blazed into the roof of the net. Great accuracy on the cross, matched by the measured finish with the side foot. And Zenden, who's endured such a miserable time these past 18 months with Barcelona, is gradually coming good. No wonder there's a question mark over whether Marc Overmars will start during the European finals. Mateus. Jeremies fell over, Mateus with the shots. And the deflection took all the sting from it. Mateus does have a cut by his left eye. Rijkaard just considering one or two things for his half-time team talk. It's Harman. Stretch was by Davids and was fortuitous for Holland. And Desar acknowledging that the kick didn't go where it should have done. Davids lost it to Jeremies. Scholl delivered at such pace he couldn't retain it. De Boer. And here's Patrick Kluivert with a chance of number 3. Just grazed the face of the far post. Van Nistelrooy would have preferred the cross. Once more evidence of worrying failings in the German backline. Kahn did his best to make the angle difficult. Harman. Babel. Jeremies. He did well to dispatch the shot. And was just caught as he made contact. Davids was the player that hurled himself into the path of the ball. Holland retain the advantage, which they certainly deserve, although Germany have just suggested that they could be able to find another equaliser. But here's Zenden, and he's outpacing the German defence. Oh, off the post! And Van Nistelrooy, who was closing in for the rebound, was defeated by the angle of the ricochet. It's a lovely ball through by Kluivert. And yet again, Germany caught square and static, and Zenden, well, being harsh, he should have scored. Kahn was left helpless, and maybe the fact that Mateus got back to Zenden made a difference. He has blown for the free kick. Davids unhappy with the nature of Harman's challenge. And before the free kick can be taken, referee Domenico Messina from Bergamo in Italy calls time on a first half that Holland have really dominated. The band in good heart and in good voice. And so too Dutch football on this evidence so far.
Still to come on the programme, action from the world's biggest club match. Real Madrid meet Barcelona. And we pay tribute to the game's first footballing superstar, Sir Stanley Matthews.
Sport's oldest prize leaves the United States. For the first time in the history of international sport's oldest prize, America will not be in the America's Cup.
The right has been won.
The prize of one race, the right to challenge for the America's Cup.
Italy head-to-head with Team New Zealand. The America's Cup live today on C7Sport.
Wake up to the Big Sports Breakfast.
We've got your sport covered, including all the footy. The Big Sports Breakfast is the who, what, when, where and why of sport.
2KY Racing Radio.
It's the show that breaks all the rules.
On the sports betting show tonight.
With inside info on all your sports, gorgeous guest, a crazy host, a show the who's who of sport are desperate to get on and are dying to get off.
They're often racing in the
You've got on to see if I'd win it.
I'm trying up.
It's controversial, challenging. It's where you get the betting odds for all your favourite sports. It's must-see TV.
You cannot be serious.
The Sports Bet Show, Friday night at 7, C7 Sport.
The truth is out there, and this month, Odyssey's throwing new light on some of the most secretive events of our times. Like the mystery surrounding the UFO incident at Roswell more than 50 years ago. New witnesses come forward. They witnessed a crime, and they're prepared to speak out. A revealing insight to life trapped in America's witness protection program. It was the murder case that prompted the fugitive TV series and movie, The Real Story of Sam Shepard. And secretive recordings of conversations reveal the true extent of mafia violence, as told by former senior mafia figures. A web of intrigue, deception and crime. 4 powerful documentaries. Mondays all this month on Odyssey's True Stories.
Channel of Champions.
This would have been old man, beating 4 defenders and strolls over with great pace.
C7Sport.
Hi, I'm Steve McManaman and you're watching the European Football Show.
Welcome back to the Amsterdam Arena. Holland leading Germany by 2-1, and the Germans' response is to send on their bright young thing, one of their great hopes for the future, Sebastian Deisler, in place of Zoltan Sebeschke. Germany now playing from the left and seeking to redress the balance after they were outplayed by a margin in the first half of this game. Holland, who haven't beaten Germany at home for 75 years. But from what we've seen thus far, they have every chance of doing so this evening. Clearance by Stamm. And a header from Hamann. Mehmet Scholl. Tripped by Davids. And a free kick to Germany in a position of some threat. David's such a busy figure in central midfield. And the referee ruled that the contact was illegal. Now, with the right of Scholl or the left of Ziege? It is Christian Ziege. And it wasn't too far away from the angle of post and bar. One of his specialities, getting the ball up and over the wall and down again. Davids. Kluivert and Van Nistelrooy ahead of him. And Zenden starting a run. And Deisler was caught flat-footed. The confidence to cross towards De Boer. And Van Nistelrooy couldn't quite lay it off to Kluivert. Here's Reisiger. Davids. Oh, the offside flag spoiling that Dutch attack. But great appreciation around this stadium for what Holland are trying to do. Some movement on the Dutch bench. It's an opportunity to give experience to as many players as possible in the build-up to Euro 2000. Davids, Van Nistelrooy. And now Clarence Seedorf taking the ball away from Linker. Ziege slid in, Seedorf still going. And it took another notable save from Kahn. Kluivert. And Jeremies will do the tidying up after another alarm for the German goalkeeper. Mateus. And the flick through for Ziege. Flag is up for offside. And Ziege knew it. Eric Ribbeck, on this evidence, has his problems. All 5 of his immediate predecessors have won either the World Cup or the European Championship. Seedorf fouled by Jeremies. It's been a good battle in central midfield, but one that Seedorf and Davids have won, or at least are winning. Good work by Davids again. Here's Van Nistelrooy. Well, at club level, Ruud van Nistelrooy has been converting chances far more difficult than that this season. His second international goal remains elusive. Russia critics have suggested that it's too easy for him to score goals in the Dutch league. Surely next season he'll be in a more high-profile environment. Foot up, given by the referee. Bierhoff wanting to take the free kick quickly, but Zenden was standing in the way. Deisler. Kluivert. Linker got his head to the ball. Now here's Ziege. Bierhoff laying it off back towards Ziege. And Reisiger sliding in. Germany have a corner kick. And Christian Ziege has been as involved as any of the German players this evening. Scholl to take. Oh, it came off Bohada's head and then Neuville. And away from in front of his own post by Reisiger. Scholl has come across to this side to take this next kick. This is as good a spell as Germany have had. And Hamann extending Van der Sar, which has not happened too frequently. Fine technique to strike the bouncing ball. Now Zenden, with Van Nistelrooy calling for it, and Kluivert. And now Seedorf. Disappointing. Didn't match the build-up that preceded it. Holland seem to have so many options. It's not quite total football in the style of the 70s, but certainly very attractive. And by Matthias. Ziege looks for the free kick, and he's got it. Two groans from the Dutch supporters. Matthias is standing adjacent to the ball, but it seems to be Mehmet Scholl who's directing operations. 4 in the Dutch wall, and a worried goalkeeper. And it is to be Mehmet Scholl who struck it well. And Van der Sar had to get across very quickly. He was going to curl into the top corner. And Van der Sar's foot movement was excellent. Strong hands as well. Jeremies. Back heel by Ziege didn't quite work, but it's come to him again. And Bohada managed to throw himself into the path of Ziege's shot. Fortunate ricochet from Stam's attempted clearance. Another chance goes begging. Well, the header was by Ziege as well. And it's a reflection of how Holland have dominated that Ziege, the left wing-back, has had the best chances of breaking down this Dutch team. Germany anxious to get play restarted as quickly as possible. Time very much against them. In fact, time is totally against them. And Holland have claimed their first home victory over the oldest of rivals since 1925. It was supposed to be Lothar Matthäus's big night. But in the end, it's been a masterclass by the Dutch, who must approach Euro 2000 with great confidence. But what of Germany?
In other friendlies played, World Cup winners France edged a tight game against Poland, whilst a disastrous result for Hungary, who crashed 3-0 at home to Australia. Narrow victories for Italy and the Republic of Ireland, who beat the Czech Republic, and a good win for Norway, who won well in Turkey.